Hello everyone, welcome to SSR Chemistry. Myself Srinivas. In this video, I will provide you syn anti-exchange rule for elimination and addition reactions. Okay, this is a concept of stereochemistry and one of the most important topic in stereochemistry, and will get the questions from this area in several competitive exams like CSIR, GATE, and also IIT NEET kind of examinations. Now coming to the concept at here. Okay, this is the rule which I provided you, syn anti exchange rule for elimination and addition reactions. Okay, how you will execute this rule and how you will predict the product of addition or elimination reactions. One of the major advantage of this rule is you can cover all the topics like syn elimination reactions like pyrolytic syn eliminations and normal syn elimination reactions, and anti-addition reactions and anti-elimination reactions like E2 elimination and so on. Okay, then what points you have to remember to predict the answer? See here, provided three rules for you. These rules you have to remember. First rule is if you rotate three groups or atoms at one chiral center, that configuration will be won't change. Means same configuration you will get again. And rule 2 is by using the rule 1, eliminated or addition groups or atoms you should take into the one vertical line in a Fisher projection. And finally, for anti, you should exchange the groups or atoms at one center. For syn, no need to exchange the groups or atoms. Okay, again I'm explaining you, remember that these 3 points. Okay, at one chiral center if you rotate any three groups or atoms in a systematic way, configuration will be same. And by using the rule 1, eliminated one or addition groups or atoms you should taken into the vertical line in a Fisher projection. And finally, for anti, exchange the groups or atoms at one chiral center. Now coming to the examples, then you can understand clearly. Okay, this is the question 1 given at here. See here how he will ask the question. If he will give the meso isomers means molecule having the plane of symmetry. Okay, see here, if you give the meso isomer and one base, means this is base also he is giving, then what it is, you know that this is the E2 elimination. Then what is the final product, whether cis isomer or trans isomer? How you will predict? See here, as I told, by using the rule 1, eliminating one. So at one chiral center, at the above chiral center here is bromine is the eliminating one, and at bottom chiral center this is the eliminating one. By using the three group exchange method, you should take it into the vertical line. See here, bromine you can take it into the vertical line. By using the three group exchange method, you will get this. Similarly, here hydrogen is the eliminating one, you can take it into the vertical line, and then phenyl will come here and bromine will come here, you will get this. Now what you have to do is, as either is this anti or syn, you know that this is the E2 elimination always anti elimination. So exchange should be takes place at one center. Remember that one center means simply how you can answer, no, this is the single bond. Now after that you can make it as a double bond. And exchange, don't exchange the groups at one center, means left hand side keep at left hand side and right hand side keep at the right hand side. But because of the anti exchange that one center, means this hydrogen you can write at this side and this phenyl group you can write it here. This is your final answer. Means which isomer you are getting here, cis alkene you are getting it here. Okay, okay, same compound, instead of meso isomer, if you take the racemic, then what is the final product? This is the racemic one. Simple, by using the rule 1, eliminating one taken into the vertical line by exchanging the three groups. Similarly, at the bottom chiral center, the hydrogen is the eliminating one, take it into the vertical line by using the three group exchange, then you will get this molecule. And the eliminating one you can remove, and this single bond make it as a double bond. And at bottom center, don't disturb, left hand at the right hand bromine at right hand side and left hand side phenyl at left hand side. But at other center, because of the anti, you should exchange the group. So this is completed. This is your final answer. Which answer you are getting? You are getting the trans isomer, right? I hope understand this now. Okay, now see here, coming to the other example. In example 1 and 2 we covered the anti elimination. Now coming to the syn elimination. I told you know sin elimination means rule 1 and rule 2 is same, but end what you have to do at end of the rule you don't exchange the groups or atoms. Okay, now coming to the point at here. See here, this is the sin elimination and pyrolytic sin elimination. Okay, xanthoti esters are some ester groups kind of things involved in this. Okay, now how he will do the question. If you take the erythroisomer and threoisomers, erythro means same groups at the same side. Okay, what is the difference between and meso and erythro? Meso means two groups are same at here. Okay, means you will get the mirror kind of plane of symmetry is possible with that, but here not possible that. So here only one atom is same at here. Okay, anyway this is the phenyl group and this is the phenyl group. So what you have to do, no, these phenyls you can arrange at the one side is called erythroisomer. Okay, if you take the erythroisomer and perform the sin elimination, what is the final product? As I told, by using the rule 1, eliminating one, here eliminating one hydrogen, take it into the vertical line by using the three group exchange method. And similarly Staxic group is the eliminating one at the bottom chiral center, take it into the vertical line, and you will get this molecule. And then what you have to do, question yourself whether sin or anti sin. Sin means don't exchange any groups or atoms. Now simply see it here, this is the single bond, make it as a double bond. And after that, because of the sin, left hand part and right hand part is there, no, this right hand side one don't disturb, keep it as such. Similarly, and left hand side keep it as such at the left hand side. Then what is the isomer at here? You will get the E isomer at here. Similarly, okay, if you take the 3 isomer, remember that here deuterium is the eliminating one. Then what you have to do, deuterium can taken into the vertical line. Okay, by using the three group exchange method. Similarly, STX group taken into the vertical line by using the three group exchange method, and then you will get this molecule. And after that, simply the single bond make it as a double bond. Because of this is the sin, left hand and right hand side parts you don't disturb. Okay, right hand side this hydrogen and phenyl keep as such at the right hand side, and left hand side you can keep it as such. You will get the E stilbene. This is your final product. Simple, completed. Now coming to the next example at here. See here, now, so now we completed the elimination part. Now coming to the addition reactions. In addition reactions again two categories, one is anti addition and another one is sin addition. Okay, how you will execute these reactions? See, same concept. Okay, if he will give the cis alkene, what is the final products in anti addition reaction? You know that alkane reacts with bromine or chlorine, which is a anti addition reaction. Okay, in anti addition reactions what is the final product? What you have to do, no? Okay, see here, double bond given at here. Simply this bromine, one bromine atom keep at the bottom, and another bromine atom keep at the top, and then simply this double bond make it as a single bond. Okay, and at one center you can keep it as such, left hand and right hand, no, so right hand side methyl keep it as such, and left hand hydrogen also keep it as such. But question yourself, this is addition, but anti addition or sin addition? Anti addition. Anti addition means at one center you can reverse it, this methyl group shifted here and hydrogen you can shift it here, you will get this. See here, exchanged one rounded it here. See here, this is your final answer. Okay, to get the original one you can rotate by using the rule 1, rotation of three groups method. Then you will get your final answer directly. Now coming to the, see here, what is the product at here, you know? Okay, here you are getting SS isomer or RS isomer. So this is the SS isomer, means another one is RR isomer. So two products you will get, these two are enantiomeric pair. Okay, now coming to the another example. Now I will take the trans isomer. Now if you take the trans isomer, same, one bromine keep it here and one bromine atom keep it here, and at one center don't disturb, right hand side hydrogen right side you can keep, left hand side methyl keep at the left hand side, but at one center you can exchange the groups, you will get the directly final product. Okay, and then you can take it into the original form by using the rule 1, by exchanging the three group method. Now coming to the other, so other example in this, here anti addition we covered, no, now sin additions I will take. Okay, this is the one of the simplest method to predict the answer. Very simple. Syn addition means, let's suppose alkene treat with the osmium tetroxide or KMnO4, then you will get the syn diol. Syn diol. Then how you will predict the answer? See, simple at here. One hydroxy group, keep it here, and another group, keep it here, and this C double one C, make it as a double one C, C double one C, make it as a single bond, and right hand side acids keep at the right hand side, left hand side hydrogens keep at the left hand side. Why? Because this is the syn, and this is your final answer. Okay, this is your final answer. Now by using the three group method, you can take it into the original form. Similarly, okay, syn addition of the trans isomer. This is called fumaric acid. Malic acid is cis isomer, and fumaric acid is the trans alkene. Now you can use the osmium tetroxide, and then you will get the final product. How you will get? No, see, simple. One OH group keep it here, and one OH group you can keep it here, and then left side groups keep it at the left hand side, and right hand sides keep it at the right hand side. This is your final answer. And after that, by using the rule 1, okay, sorry, here, by using the rule 1, make it into the original form. This is your final answer. Some more examples I have covered it here. Prevost reaction, you know, Prevost reaction is a anti-addition reaction of dihydroxylation. Okay, anti-addition of dihydroxylation. Very simple. You can put one hydroxy group at the bottom and one hydroxy group at the above. Because of anti, you can exchange the group at the one center. You will get the final answer. Remember that Prevost versus Woodward reaction. In Prevost, we will use the dry condition, but all the reagents same. Here, this is the anti-addition takes place. But if you use wet condition, that reaction is called Woodward syn dihydroxylation reactions. There you will get the syn hydroxylation. Okay, where we can apply this provided information in other cases. This is also you can apply in the Peterson wolfenation reactions or Woodward syn dihydroxylation reactions. You know that no alkene reaction with the metal catalyst syn dihydrogenation takes place, right? Syn dihydrogenation, there you will get the cis isomers. There also you can applicable this rule. Okay, so we covered all the concepts in this, all the concepts like syn addition reactions, elimination reactions, anti elimination, sorry, syn addition reactions, elimination reactions, and trans elimination, sorry, anti addition reactions and elimination reactions. Okay, I hope you understand the concept now. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.